Recently, I had the opportunity to be a consultant on a proposal for a large United States government contract. What I witnessed and realized firsthand was the magnitude of information required for the proposal submission. Moreover, the methodologies we used followed the same basic ideologies housed within strategic management planning. Good day, my name is Gary Mays. This video will provide an overview of the beginning areas of strategic planning that will help in gathering critical information when reaching the ultimate goal of winning a contract. When gathering information, the following questions should be taken into account under the auspice that the proposal will answer where we are, where we want to be, how will we do it, how are we doing, and what the potential cost will be. In order to do that, there's going to be 6 areas that will be discussed to answer these questions. First one is going to be baseline, assessment, components, down to specifics, evaluate, and fundamentals. Before we begin, let's describe what strategic planning is. It's a process that works to establish priorities and what you will accomplish in the future through a strong analytical process which forces management to make critical and precise choices on what to do and what not to do, and also pulls the entire organization together around a single game plan for execution. To save time, that there's a lot to cover, I strongly encourage the person watching this video to take notes. On that note, let's begin. As I said in the beginning, there's going to be 6 areas that will be discussed, and the first 2 areas are assessment and baseline, which will provide the information surrounding the question where we are. First, SWOT analysis will be discussed, which is a strategic planning method used to evaluate the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats involved in a project or in a business venture. It involves specifying the objective of the business venture or the project and identifying the internal and external factors that are favorable and unfavorable to achieve that objective. It does this by analyzing, on the strength side, characteristics of the business or team that give it an advantage over others in the industry, weaknesses that place the firm at a disadvantage relative to others, opportunities, these are the external chances to make greater sales or profits in the environment, and the threats are the external elements in the environment that could cause trouble for the business. Another area is the environmental scanning. This can be defined as the study and an interpretation of the political, economic, social, and technological events and trends which influence a business or an industry. The factors which need to be considered in these events are the trends, issues, and expectations of the different interest groups, issues that are often the forerunners, and also the trend breakers. Under the situational analysis, this involves evaluating the situation and trends in a particular company's market. Situation analysis is often called the 3 C's, which refers to the 3 major elements that must be studied: customers, companies, and the competitors. Situation is also referenced under the baseline. Situation, past, present, and future, it also includes the information about suppliers, both internal and external, and their relationships to the management and also to the corporation. Products and services. This has to do with the organizational culture, the barriers, the organizational leadership, the communication, and is the organization cohesive? The workforce productivity, skill levels, diversity, and the aging workforce. Last area under the baseline has to do with the alignment and the fit within the capabilities. This has to do with the organizational structure itself, the business units, the functions, board management layers, value chain. Is the relationship between everyone in the value chain, is it cohesive? Do they work together? Is this something that is going to make this company or going to make this organization prosper? Next area has to do with the components. This is going to answer where we want to be. The first area is going to be the mission and the vision. This captures the essence of why the organization exists, who we are, what we do. It explains the basic needs that you fulfill. It also expresses the core values of the organization, One of the things it should be is it should be brief and to the point. And it's also easy for everybody to understand. If possible, try to convey the unique nature of the organization and the role it plays with differentiating itself from others. The guiding principles and values. Every organization should be guided by a set of values and principles. Provides an underlying framework for making decisions. It's part of the organization's culture, and the values are often rooted in ethical themes such as honesty, trust, integrity, respect, and fairness. Values should be applicable across the entire organization. Goals. Describes a future end state, desired outcome that is supported by the mission and also the vision. It shapes a way ahead in the actionable terms. It's best applied where there are clear choices about the future and where the company wants to go. Next area, down to the specifics. This is going to answer how will we do it. Measures the milestones, short-term outcomes at the action item level. It measures the outcomes of the objectives and also the goals. They try to keep the measures per one objective. They also may want to include lead and lag measures to depict cause-effect relationships if they're uncertain about the driving or the leading desired outcome. One of the things it also does is establish measures using a template to capture critical data elements. How are we doing? This is going to fall under the evaluate. Under this, we're going to analyze and compare trends using graphs for rapid communication of performance. Don't be afraid to change a matrix and recognize and reward good performance with good results. And under the matrix, if things do need to be changed, this is the prime time that management can take a look at performance measures and make significant changes if needed. They can also brainstorm and they can also challenge the ideas and also the results from the matrices and take the corrective action on the poor performance results. The semi-standard structure report, which is going to be supported by proven design methods and automation tools that can be used by managers to keep the track of execution of activities by the staff within their control and monitor the consequences arising from these actions. This is the time where management can implement change to address weaknesses identified in some of the type of the management systems. Last area is going to be the fundamentals. What is the potential cost? There's three types of ratios that we're going to be looking at. The price per share divided by the earnings per share, or PE ratio. This allows management to know what the market is paying for a company's earning at any given moment. Next one is going to be the price book value ratio. This measures what the market is paying for these net assets, also known as shareholder equity. Last area is going to be the assets and liabilities ratio. This allows management to analyze firsthand from period to period if the current asset numbers are growing or having trouble collecting on accounts. Some final thoughts in the closing. Management has to integrate all components from the top to the bottom. They have to look at the vision, where they want to go, the mission, what is going to be their objective, the goals, and how they're going to measure all of those so they can target the correct people and the correct organization, the initiatives, come up with action plans, and the budgets. Biggest thing is money. How much is it going to cost? What is it going to cost us? What's it going to cost the shareholders? They're also going to seek external expertise. On the proposal that we were writing, they brought in, the company I was working for, they brought in experts, subject matter experts that work in a specific area, and that's all they do is write proposals, write winning proposals. So as an organization that's looking to win some type of contract or to take over another type of company, they want to have a winning advantage. They're going to have to articulate the requirements to senior leadership if they're really serious about the strategic execution. The viewer of this video will have a better understanding of the elements within strategic planning. All the while, what I've done is I've illustrated the distinct and methodical processes used in capturing data and information. Even though it's been very simplistic in its form, it does touch on for the viewer to go out there and investigate and look at in-depth the SWOT analysis, and also on the baseline and also the different types of components, especially when it comes to the fundamentals. The most critical piece of this process is for the upper management to have a full understanding of their environment so they can achieve the most competitive advantage over their competitors. Thank you very much and have a great day.